Hi everybody and welcome back to the Persian Kitchen YouTube channel. Today we're going to be making Salad Olivieh, which is basically a potato salad with chicken, gherkin, egg and a few other lovely bits and bobs. And it's quite straightforward, really easy to make and really delicious. So let's crack on with it. Okay, so for the Salad Olivieh, and even though it says Olivieh, don't be mistaken, there are no olives in this potato salad recipe. It actually comes from like a Russian dish called Salad Olivieh, something like that. So there's like a history to this dish, but we're just gonna get on with the practicality and get cooking. So this will make enough to serve 4 hungry people. So for this recipe, you're going to need as the base about 6 medium to large potatoes, skin on, and we're going to boil them. At the same time, in a separate pan, you'll also want to poach 3 really good quality chicken breasts. And to ensure that the chicken has a lot of flavour, we're going to add some stuff to the pan whilst it's poaching. So I've got 3 small white onions that I will just throw into the pan. I'm going to add in 2 to 3 cloves of garlic, peeled but whole. I'm also going to add 4 dried chilies. This is totally optional. And also for your chicken, you'll want to season it heavily with salt and pepper. So yeah, let's get going with the first bits. Okay, so on my hob, I've got 2 pans of boiling water. So in one pan, I'm gonna add my 6 white potatoes with the skin on. So they're now in the pan and they'll take maybe 10 to 15 minutes to get to a nice point where they're cooked, but they've still got a bit of bite to them, but definitely not hard. In a separate pan, this is where I'm gonna cook the chicken. And like I mentioned in the intro, I want my chicken to have some flavor. I don't want it to be just, you know, plain poached chicken. So I'm gonna essentially be seasoning heavily the water and making my own kind of chicken stock. Basically just season quite heavily. Into the pan, I wanted to add my chili peppers, so these are just dried. I want to add some garlic cloves. I think I'll add 1 per chicken breast. And Salad Olivieh is such a popular dish. It's normally eaten as like a dip, as a starter in an Iranian restaurant, but many Iranians will happily have it you know, in like a sandwich if they're craving a carb overload, or you can even have it for dinner. It really is a crowd pleaser. Now I just need to add in my 3 onions. I'm just gonna add them in like that. And into the pan of broth, we're gonna add in the chicken breasts whole. So whilst they're poaching and steaming and cooking away, we can have a quick tidy up and move on to the next steps. So whilst our ingredients are cooking on the hob, I want to turn to like the filling of our Salad Olivieh in addition to the chicken and obviously the base, that is the potatoes. So Salad Olivieh traditionally has contained peas, carrots and gherkins. This is where you can control what you do and don't like. So I personally love gherkins, so I'm going to have a gherkin heavy Salad Olivieh, and it's important that you dice them quite small. Again, with the gherkins, make sure that you're getting the ones that are like pickled, not in like a sweet brine or something. They're awful. Just go for a classic, you know, Persian gherkin. Play it safe and you'll be fine. I want to take out a good half a jar. Okay, so another integral part to Salad Olivieh is the sauce that coats it all and really brings all the flavours together. And it's important that you know it's not just mayonnaise, it's a seasoned mayonnaise, and there are so many variations, but this is what I think is best. And you may be thinking like, who the hell are you? But I'm half Iranian, I'm half English. I've loved always eating Iranian food out at home when I've been in Iran, and also because I'm such a, you know, keen Iranian foodie, but my mum wasn't English, I really learned a lot through researching, going online, watching tutorials. So I honestly have tried most, if not all, of the recipes out there for Salad Olivieh, and I've made my own based on everything out there. So give it a go and just see what you think. If you don't like it, then, you know, don't do it again. So for my Salad Olivieh, you're going to need Hellmann's mayonnaise. Please buy Hellmann's, don't cheap out, no substitutes, just get Hellmann's, just, you know, do as I say. You're also gonna need olive oil, extra virgin, salt, pepper. Oh, I keep getting the salt and pepper mixed up. Salt and pepper, anyway, you get the rough gist. And you're gonna need lemons or limes. Some people are like, you know, loyal lime lovers, they'll only use limes. I don't care, okay? I'm gonna be controversial, go for 1 lime, 1 lemon. You know, and these are just average size. So you're gonna need the juice of them babies and bring it all together. That's literally it. So, olive oil, let's go for 2 tablespoons. And remember, you can always add more, but you can't detract once it's in. Now, salt is really important. It does contain quite a bit of salt. So I'm gonna go for maybe like half a tablespoon of salt. And again, with the pepper, we're gonna use about 1 teaspoon of coarsely ground black pepper. Okay, so that's the base of our sauce. We're now ready to add in the mayonnaise. For this recipe, I'm gonna be using about 4 heaped tablespoons. This one's brand new, so I just need to take this bit off quickly. Oh God, this does not sound or look appealing. Gosh, crazy. What are the chances? Numero 3, 4. So that should be it. Just gonna give that a nice mix to make it all nice and smooth. So that's done, we can just put that to one side. Because, lucky for us, our chicken is ready. The chicken is ready, so I'm just gonna take out the chicken breasts and put them onto the chopping board. I'm just gonna upgrade to a bigger chopping board. And the chicken smells amazing. It smells like a chicken soup. Really, really yummy. Just to save our stock pot water, I'm just gonna start hard boiling my eggs now in the same pot. You could also just throw them in with the potatoes if you want. But my potato pot today is just a bit too overloaded, so I'm just gonna go to the chicken pot. And I'm gonna start a 10-minute timer for the eggs. Now for the chicken, I think the best way to go is to have it torn up, and the best way is to use your hands for this. So you simply just start to pull apart the chicken and you pull it into strands. You can do it as big as you like or as thin as you like. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do that to all 3 of the chicken breasts. So the potatoes are done now. They're kind of al dente, if we can apply that to potatoes. So they're still firm enough to taste like some substance. So I'm just gonna drain them and then I'm gonna run them under cold water. Basically, we're just gonna peel off the skins. So I find it easiest when I'm peeling my skins off to just go around with a sharp knife, just taking off the top layer, and it will basically just glide off. So the time has come to just prep the potatoes and gradually start to compile it. So this is the bowl in which I'm gonna be mixing everything. So I'm just gonna take my potatoes out. I'm gonna rough dice them. If you like your salad olivieh to have more chunks in, then stick with that. But I really like a bit of mush, so I'm gonna also mush them up a bit as well. You basically want them to be this big. So I don't know, like 1 centimeter cubes. Okay, so I'm now ready to mix. So I'm gonna add in my potatoes. And this is why, like, it's not that big of a deal if you're perfectly not cutting them, because you're gonna, like, you know, toss them around with so many other things. They're gonna get messed up. I'm just gonna squeeze over some lemon juice to the potatoes first. And the reason I'm doing this exclusively on the potatoes is kind of just to cut through some of the starch that is keeping them all binded together. Into that, I'm gonna add my chicken, gherkins, peas and carrots. I haven't cooked. So here is my beautiful undressed salad olivieh. I'm wearing gloves because it can get quite messy. So some people love to eat this with just some bread, or even just on its own, maybe with some nachos. It's great, great, great. Okay, I'm gonna take my gloves off quickly and deal with the eggs. So for my eggs, I'm just gonna crack them. I just drained the bowl, the pan, and I filled it with cold water. It's now time to chop them, so we're just gonna dice them. And again, keeping with the theme of chunks, maybe for the egg, nice to do it a little bit bigger because it will get broken up when we handle it. And then just adding them 3 hard-boiled eggs to the salad, delicately turning it a few times so they're evenly dispersed. So now our salad olivier is prepared. It's not yet ready to eat. It needs to stay in the fridge for just a couple of hours, 2 to 4 hours, and then it's ready to dig in. During this time, it will set together and the flavors will all marinate a bit. So be patient, but not too long of a wait this time. This is also where you get to dress up your bowl. If you want to shape it, mold it, put it in like a dome bowl so that when you present it, it looks beautiful, you can do that. I just like salad olivier, so I'm gonna show it some respect and put it in a heart-shaped cake tin. To do that nice and easily, in my cake tin, I'm gonna just add a slosh of oil just so it will turn out very easily and line it with cling film. So an easy way to do that is to just kind of make a glove with the cling film and then actually use the cling film, ensuring that you cover everywhere. Then that's done. You simply pour this into this, cover the top with cling film, put it in the fridge, turn it out and eat. Okay, so that fits perfectly. I'm now just smoothing that down because eventually I'll flip it out. This will be the base, so it's important that this is smooth. I'm then gonna just cover with cling film. Hopefully there's enough excess to just turn over. So we're done, and off that goes into the fridge for a minimum of 2 hours. If you can, do 4.